Hey guys, Dave and Kate here. Going to talk about my favorite low back exercise. It's for your multifidus. Multifidus is a muscle right next to your spine. Actually goes all the way up from your neck into your thoracic spine, your low back, and your sacrum. It's the primary stabilizer in your low back. It's the weakest muscle I find on all my chronic back pain or even my back pain patients. So it's one that I do a lot of trying to teach on how to actually find it. I also think it's probably the hardest thing for people to get as far as ability to turn a muscle on in the whole body. So it's definitely up there. So like typically we'll say, hey, squeeze your bicep, and people are like, oh, that's easy. And then we say, oh, okay, turn on your multifidus, and people have no idea how to do it. So with chronic pain, we know this muscle turns off. It actually changes shape and gets fattier. And so this is a muscle that as we strengthen on people, their back pain tends to go away and stay away. So we're going to just talk about a couple of the exercise progressions. So we actually muscle tested Kate. She does have a weakness here that we can show you. So if I have her lift up and then I say, hold, don't let me move you. So push your knee out into me. You can see I can beat her. And if I have her, you can put your knee down for a second. Okay. So the two cues would be for the low back part. She would create tension from her pubic bone to her back, wherever that's weak. Same thing, somewhere in that 20 to 40% range is the sweet spot. She's actually weak on her sacral multifidus, which her sacrum's here to here. And so we have little dimples back here. And so typically the cue is I want you to create some tension from dimple to dimple. Same thing in that 20 to 40% range. So if she creates that little bit of tension, she lifts up in the same position. And then I say, hold on, let me move you. You can see it's much more stable. And so we know that she's able to turn that on. As far as progressions, she would cue that first. So she would do a little turn that on. Progression one for people that are in a little bit more pain is to leave their toe down. And she's just going to lift that knee up off the ground and then back down. And so she's getting a little rotation. So the two cues are, if she had a glass of water on her back, she's want to spill it to the opposite side, or sometimes that doesn't work and we say, hey, try and suck your thigh bone up into the socket, and those are the cues that work for people. Progression two would be to lift your toe and your whole leg up as well. And then progression three would be to add a fire hydrant, which would be to lift your leg out to the side, kind of like a dog peeing. That's why they call it that fire hydrant exercise. But those would be some basic progressions for multifidus. Key is ease into these. If you do them wrong or you do too many of them, a lot of times that can irritate you. So we tend to have people just ease their way into these and not to progress them too fast. So that's the multifidus, my favorite back muscle, and one that if we get strong on people, gets rid of a whole bunch of back pain and chronic pain. So play with that.